And then I have a question for Adelina from Fürstenberg.
So you essentially suggest that we should consider the films on the basis of a cultural relativity, right?
Well, I think you should consider writing whatever that you relate to. I mean, it's very hard. I mean, I can't tell you, or anyone can tell you what you have to write, or whatever interests you, you should write about. And that comes with you and your creativity, your life experience, your knowledge, your interest.
Because perhaps a film may offend someone's ethnic morals, for example, or the morals of one's society.
Well, you know, again, it's up to you if you want to challenge yourself in that thing. I have a script which is about a suicide bomber, and I'm talking about 3 Muslims in Toronto. And some producer were telling me that you're pushing buttons. My background is Muslim. I'm by family. I'm Muslim, and I think I have the right to talk about the religion that I know and the people that I came from, and I've come from, and also because I know so much about it. So I have given myself the right to talk about it to any extent that I like to, whether people like it or not. I mean, people who share that faith. But again, but I know I will be challenged. I know that I will be possibly labeled, even harassed. But that's okay, because I've decided to talk about this. But again, it goes back to you as an individual, as a filmmaker, what you want to do, and whether it's a responsibility. A reporter asked Jafar yesterday about what can we do for you now that you're travel ban in Iran, and he said, I don't know. You do whatever you want to do, and I do whatever I have to do, which is me. As a filmmaker, I do what is right for me, and as a reporter, you do whatever is right for you. You know what I mean? And you decide what is right, what is wrong.
Yes, I personally agree with you, because this approach, it's very humanitarian, and it enhances the cultural relativity, and maybe it's a good idea to get rid of ethnocentrism and many other phenomena like racism and so on.
Well, absolutely. I mean, there are films that are paid, they address that as well. Again, choice that you make is what you make your ways for the future, whatever it would be.
Thank you.
Yes, I have a question for Adelina von Fürstenberg, because it's very charming to talk about censorship in a garden here in Venice, quietly, under the sun. We don't have to forget that we're talking about the film of a director who is in real danger, who was in jail, with accusations for very mysterious reasons, concretely speaking, and who is in danger right now because he's on trial in any case. So what we can do effectively, like cinema community, like nowadays, in order to support in the right way the fight of Jafar Panahi. And if I can just add something, you're not prime ministers of your 27 countries, but as we have a petition for the freedom of Jafar Panahi here in the villa during these days, if you agree to subscribe this petition, it's different, because you are the 27 countries of the actual Europe. So it's heavy, your point of view about that. Adelina.
So thank you. In fact, before answering you this more important question, I just wanted to tell you that my organization, Art for the World, is specialized in working on the human rights, in particular with the Universal Declaration and human rights and culture, art, cinema. Therefore, we of course went also through the censorship problem. When you work with United Nations, you don't have the censorship of one country, you have the censorship of 160 and more countries according to the subject. But in the same time, strong individuals have to be enough independent and rebel to go through this censorship, even with sacrifice, even if maybe financially your film or your project will not be seen in the normal, let's say, commercial circuits or normal. Maybe now we have the internet where we can show also products and open to everybody. Therefore, I think the freedom of expression is not only for the filmmakers, but it's also for the public. So both have the freedom to express themselves, and they should and they have. So I think you, even in either with sacrifice, young people who are now in this, entering in this world, they have to have this awareness that they could really, with the cinema in particular, fight much more than with other media. I come from visual art media, which is a very small world in a sense, but I discovered that certain messages of peace, of course, we are talking about human rights, not aggressive, bad things. So I think we have the obligation to respect, first of all, this Article 18, which is freedom of expression, conscience, and religion. This is why we have invited Jafar last year in the month of October to do a film. We gave him different themes, and he chose the theme of tolerance and freedom and tolerance and non-violence. But he couldn't tell us that his situation was so hard that he couldn't wait the month of February, which was the month where all the other filmmakers that we invited doing the short films, they were started. So we knew, Masdaq knew, but we didn't know Masdaq that time. He shot the film in Shiraz very quickly, and then he was arrested. So we discovered that the film was ready in Toronto only in the month of May. So from that moment, of course, this film, it was not only part of this idea of Article 18, but it became for us the main, for us and for the other filmmakers that they are working with us, the main fight to help him as a symbol, because in fact, there are many people who are in prison for freedom of expression. There are many people who are in troubles, but Jafar became a symbol. Therefore, we have to support Jafar Panahi, because he's not only Jafar Panahi, he's become a symbol of the freedom of expression. Therefore, everybody has to support this campaign to signature. Voila.